Hello children, welcome in online class. Today we'll continue chapter number 12, Reproduction in Plants part 2. So first of all we'll discuss about flower. The plants that have flowers are called flowering plant. Sexual reproduction is a characteristic of flowering plant. Flowers are the reproductive part of the plant. Now children will discuss about different parts of flower. Flower have stamen, pistil, petal, sepal. Stamen consist of anther and filament. Pistil consist of stigma, style and ovary. Now let us discuss about stamen and pistil in detail. Let us discuss about the structure of stamen. Stamen is the male reproductive organ of the plant. It has two parts, anther, filament. Anther contains the pollen grains. Pollen grains contain the male gamete. The swollen tip of the stamen is called anther and the stalk of stamen is called filament. Anther contains the pollen grains. The pollen grains contain the male gamete. Now let us discuss about pistil. Pistil is the female reproductive organ of the plant. It is made of three parts, stigma, style and ovary. The top sticky part of pistil is called stigma. Here you can see in the picture. This is the sticky part that is called as stigma. The middle part of the pistil is called style and the swollen part at the bottom of a pistil is called ovary. The ovary contain ovules and ovules produce female gamete. Each ovule contain only one female gamete called egg. Now children, let us discuss about fertilization in flower. When a pollen grain falls on the stigma of a flower, it grows a thin pollen tube which moves downward. This pollen tube penetrates the stigma, passes through the style and enters into the ovule. The male gamete moves down to the ovule through the pollen tube. The tip of the pollen tube bursts open and male gamete comes out of the pollen tube. The male gamete fuses with the female gamete present in the ovule to form a fertilized egg called zygote. So children, the fusion of male gamete with the female gamete to produce zygote is called fertilization. Now let us discuss about the types of flower. So let us discuss first of all about unisexual flower, the flower which contain only one organ for reproduction. Either the pistil or the stamen are called unisexual flower. Here you can see the picture of different unisexual flower like corn, papaya, cucumber. Now, the next type of flower is bisexual flower, the flower which contain both reproductive organ, pistil as well as stamen are called bisexual flower. Here are few examples of bisexual flower: mustard, rose and petunia. Now, let us discuss about pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. Now, let us discuss about its type. First of all, we'll discuss about self-pollination. When the pollen grains from the anther of a flower are transferred to the stigma of the same flower or another flower on the same plant, it is called self-pollination. Now let us discuss about cross-pollination. When the pollen grains from the anther of a flower of one plant are transferred to the stigma of a flower of another plant of the same kind, it is called cross-pollination. Now children, let us discuss about formation of seeds and fruit. After fertilization, the ovary grows into a fruit and other parts of the flower fall off. The fruit is ripened ovary. Seed develops from the ovule. The seed contains an embryo enclosed in a protective seed coat. Here you can see in the picture, the ovary of the flower swells and develop to form the fruit. The ovules present in an ovary grow to become seed. Seed contain embryo. Embryo means baby plant. Now let us discuss about seed dispersal. The scattering of seeds over a large area away from the mother plant by the agents of dispersal is called dispersal of seed. Now let us discuss about different agents of dispersal. Dispersal by wind. Winged seeds such as drumstick and maple get blown off with the wind to far away places. Dispersal by explosion. Some seeds are dispersed when the fruit bursts with sudden jerk. The seeds are scattered far from the parent plant. This happens in the case of castor and balsam. Dispersal by animal. Some seeds are dispersed by animals, especially spiny seed with hooks, which get attracted to the bodies of animal and are carried to distant places. Examples are xanthium and urena. Dispersal by water. The coconut fruit have a thick fibrous outer coat which enable them to float in water. So children, these are the different agents of dispersal. I hope you understood today's topic. Your homework is to read the topic properly from your textbook.